If you try to silence the MAGA base, they'll come back 7,000 strong with applause. And trust me, this one got loud. You guys gotta check this video out.
What's up, guys? Benny. We have some breaking news for you on this program that I just learned about Dan Bongino and his future at the FBI. And let me explain to you why this is important to me on a personal level. Because we know Dan, he's been a bit of a mentor to me, quite frankly. He's always been very helpful in our show, even calling me randomly to give me pointers on certain things and on certain builds. And he's just been a wise advisor. He's always been good and he's been solid. He cares a lot about this country and he has a heart of gold and a very big heart. And he's somebody that wants to make it a better place. And he wants to destroy evil people and he wants to help MAGA. He is totally MAGA. And so I have a personal connection to this story. And when I saw this headline on Friday, it sucked because Dan's doing great work at the FBI. And I think he's in a position that, quite frankly, he was built for. And that, I think he could do really, I think he could really do God's work at that organization if given enough time and enough power as the deputy director of the FBI. And Donald Trump personally asked him to be in this position. And the fallout from the Epstein saga, of course, caused Dan to say,
So really quick, guys. He's the firewall between MAGA and the swamp. Trump personally appointed this guy not to a job, but to a career. His mission is to clear these guys out of the swamp and to bring us transparency and clarity. That's one thing us as Americans got to realize. And Bondi, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm just going to go out and say it. Let me know if I'm wrong. Like the video, but let me know if I'm wrong. Bondi is slowing this MAGA train down. He's completely slowing it down. That's what I believe. Let's keep going.
it's going to be really tough to return to my show, to do what I love to do after all of this. If it really goes south, will people trust me? Because they don't trust this stuff. And we haven't done it in the right way. Now I called a number of people with direct knowledge of this. And this was Dan's frustration, is that the disclosures were not great. And the way that it was handled and the way that it was released was not great. And that he was being blamed in part for it. And so Dan didn't show up to work and sort of gave an ultimatum to President Trump and said, hey, listen, Pam Bondi either goes, right, or I go. And he and Pam Bondi had quite a bit of a blow up at the White House.
So listen, guys, that's straight up an ultimatum, right? You don't say that unless your reputation in the truth is on the line. And it seems to me that Dan Bongino is just not folding. He's standing strong on this truth and the truth that he wants to get out there. Let's keep going, guys.
On Wednesday, Dan hadn't showed up to work since. Some people saying he didn't show up to work on Friday. No, it was Wednesday. So this is bad because these are really good people. And you need them fighting the good fight. You need as many warriors as you can in this battle. And I don't want to see Dan go. Neither did the American people, by the way. Probably the most viral clip from Turning Point's conference this weekend was Megyn Kelly asking the crowd of 7,000 rock-solid MAGA patriots, what do you think about Dan Bongino? Would you prefer that he leave or Pam Bondi? Listen to this.
He's not
Who
saying...
would you guys prefer, Bongino or Bondi? Okay, 7,000 to 0.
They want Dan. Of course, Dan. You know why? Because Dan understands MAGA. Dan's part of the MAGA movement. Dan's been an important piece of it and a mouthpiece for really important ideas and an advocate and a fierce warrior. He's been in the trenches. I mean, with all due respect to Pam Bondi, she's been in Florida. She represented the president. It's nice. But do you think she really gets MAGA? I don't think so. She wouldn't have behaved this way if she did. And now it's a time for choosing. It's a time for choosing.
So, that's pretty demonstrable, right? I spoke at the same conference. I can tell you the same thing, right? The loudest roar that we received in our speech was when I said, you have got to release these Epstein files. It's tough love from a friend, Let me tell you what. I just did some phone calls and I found out that Dan Bongino not only is back working at the FBI, that cooler heads have prevailed here, that Dan is actually working on something very, very important, and also everything's changed. Oh, yeah. There is a positive mood for Dan, according to my source, after further internal movement towards Epstein disclosures and transparency. Trump team is back together and locking in. That's what I was told directly by my source. And people love this. I mean, I just put this up and it's flying. People want to see this. They definitely don't want to see Dan go. That's a matter of fact. But this is what else I got from another source is that, well, there are some big things happening that we may not be able to see right now, but it's been very positive. All of, you in the comment section, posting on X, writing right here, letting your voice be heard in whatever way that you do that, it's worked. Ladies and gentlemen, further sources confirm to me that there's going to be a major change in approach to the way that this Epstein file will be handled by the administration. Expect more disclosures. Very powerful people inside the admin are now pushing for a special counsel. Full press briefing on Epstein findings. Important to note that this drastic change happened after our voices were heard, but also Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and a number of other people, Charlie Kirk, really locking in and giving some tough love to the administration over this. They were met with massive roars and applause from the 7,000 gathered and could not be ignored. In short, our voices are being heard and power to the people. It's a beautiful thing to see. And I want to see Dan back at work. This, of course, is not exactly the right headline. I don't hear that Dan is in limbo. I hear that Dan is back at work and that he's had a very good détente with Donald.
So really quick, guys, I want to make sure you're liking the video, but who would you rather in that office? Bongino, Cash Patel, or Bondi? Who do you think is the person to get the job done? And where the heck is JD Vance? Where the heck is JD Vance? Please comment down below. These are all questions that I need the answer to. And I believe all 85,000 of you could probably give me an answer. Please, let's keep going.
Trump, and that there's going to be changes. White House statement seems to suggest that Dan Bongino isn't resigning from the FBI. Well, yeah, that's a matter of fact. Yes, that is true. Here's what President Trump said yesterday about Bongino. Donald Trump smiled, said he loves Dan. He wants Dan, and Dan must stay. Here we go.
Oh, I think so. I did. I spoke to him today. Dan Bongino, very good guy. I've known him a long time. I've done his show many, many times. And he sounded terrific, actually. No, I think he's in good shape.
Cash Patel also said in a post that he is staying, obviously, and he's going to serve at the pleasure of the president. Everybody celebrated this online, obviously. Dan Bongino is a very good guy. I've known him for a very long time. Does it sound like somebody who's trying to fire Dan Bongino or trying to cause a war? No. He's a good guy. I've known him a long time. He sounded terrific. He's in great shape. Let me be crystal clear. If Bongino is allowed to resign while Bondi stays in place, it is irreparable damage, and it would be a huge win for those trying to destroy our country from the inside out. Yeah. They are absolutely, I would say, trying to destroy the Trump administration, maybe kill it in the cradle before it gets started, right? And to harm the administration. And they're trying to do that, by going after the most powerful players and the people who really can create change. Change agent is Dan Bongino. So I'm confirming to you right now from top level sources, Dan Bongino is back at the office. He's working. He's on mission. It's a good thing.
MAGA isn't about loyalty to the people. It's about loyalty to the truth. If the Epstein files threaten the swamp, then release them all. Period. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. Out.